Hey, this is Adelai Brown, your heart coach. And how y'all doing, Heart Tribe? This is my first live in a couple weeks. And I really just wanted to get on and check in and just see how everybody is doing. Wanted to give you guys a few updates on me and why I have been gone. And it's really hard for me to get on live right now, if I be honest. I've been going live for a long time. I've been going live since live been living way back in Periscope days, but I really struggled with getting on with you all today because this is my first time going live since my mom passed away. My mother passed away last month, and it was very sudden, was not expected, and I'm grieving. I'm being honest. I am grieving. My heart goes out to everyone who has ever lost a loved one, especially, more specifically, you've lost a parent, the person who raised you, cared for you, nurtured you. And if you are part of the Heart Tribe, then you have seen mommy, you have heard me talk about her extensively. And I'm really struggling. I'm struggling with getting back into the swing of things. I know that as a heart coach, I do help individuals grow heart equity, which is personal, relational, and financial wealth through authentic living. So I thought, what better way for me to grow heart equity with you than for me to get on and kind of honor my mother and she's been gone now for about 4 weeks. Tomorrow will be a month to the day. And I love y'all. I care about y'all. I'm really passionate about the heart equity movement and just all that God has called me to do. I'm really passionate about the work that my mom and I, my husband and I, my children and I, my dad and I, just me and my family have done. And I'm not going to allow this tragedy to stop me. However, I'm going to be honest, this has really rocked me to the core. I had every excuse not to go live. In the process of me not being on here, my little car phone holder thing has let me get on through, y'all. I gotta drive in this traffic. My little car phone holder thing broke, so I gotta hold the phone. So if it's shaky or whatever, please forgive me. I'm gonna talk to y'all. I am on the way to my entrepreneurship class that I am the instructor for, and I'm just getting back in the swing of things. I have been off for 4 weeks. I feel like I'm about to pop. I don't know what's going on, but just wanted to check in. And really, I want to encourage you. You know, maybe you didn't lose your mom or your dad, or maybe you didn't have a death of a person, but maybe you had a career change. Maybe there's a relationship that's dying in your life. Maybe your finances or your health. Maybe you went to the doctor and got a scary diagnosis, or maybe right now you're being challenged in your finances and you're just not quite sure in how to handle things and handle your life right now. And I just want to encourage you and just tell you to keep going, but you have to be okay with driving at your own pace. Like right now, I'm on the interstate. Let me see if I can show y'all. Well, you probably can see it. There we go. All right. I'm on the interstate right now, right? So I am in a lane that I'm actually getting ready to get out of. I was in fast lane, but now I'm getting out of the fast lane and getting into a less fast lane because I don't want to drive as fast as that lane requires. I want to get in a lane that's moving slower because I'm actually going to be merging off soon. And what I have learned since I have tragically lost my mother is that you have to really live life in your own lane. Like when mommy died, I felt it was unfair. I felt it was downright just unfair. I felt like it was like, how is the world still going on? Like, how are stores still open? Why are people still going to work and school? My mother died. It felt like the world should have stopped because my world stopped and my world came to a screeching halt. I felt like, there was just terror going on in my life. And I feel like you might not have lost a loved one like me, but you might be feeling the same thing or very similar. It's just have been my steps. So for those of you who do not have a copy of my book, Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again, you can order a copy on my website at addiebb.com, or you can find it online wherever books are sold, Amazon, all those other good places. Help Save Me from My Broken Heart, Your Journey to Living and Loving Again. Those 6 steps that I learned through a previous season in my life, I didn't realize how much those steps were going to help me through this being what I would now call the toughest time in my life with losing my mom. And the first thing I had to do was be connected. When I found out my mother was gone, the first thing I had to do was call on the Lord. And I'm not saying that because I want to be looked at like I'm some saint. However, I had to look to the hills from which cometh my help. My help come from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I started reading my Bible and studying my word back in 2003 in desperation. When I started my faith journey, when I started this journey of hard work, it was because I was in a very terrible time with my mother. I was in a terrible time with my ex at the time. I was in a terrible space with my father. I was not in a good space with myself. I didn't really love me or care about me, and I was really questioning, why did I even exist? Why was I even on earth? And I started reading my Bible, and I had an encounter with Yeshua, Jesus the Christ. And that started my individual unique faith journey that I can remember as an adult. But even as a little girl, I always prayed to God. I was always seeking God, because what I was taught was that God loves us, He cares about us, He's there for us when we need Him. And so those things for me, when I found out about my mother, like, that was all I had to hold on to, y'all. Like, finding out that my mother was dead, and I was not expecting that. I was not planning for that. It wasn't like we were in hospice. We were not doing any of that. We had plans. We had just had a wonderful time. And she was gone. Like, the 6 steps: connection, awareness, connection, awareness, acceptance, forgiveness, decision, and action, taking action. I couldn't get past that first step of connection. And that connection brought about an awareness. And I'm going to get back to my weekly schedule of going live on Mondays. I plan to get started this Monday, so please mark your calendars. And I'm going to do my best to get back in that level of consistency that I have been. But when I found out that my mother was gone, like, the shock, the utter shock. Like, if I be honest, I'm still shocked thinking about it. But at that moment and at that time and through that week, like, there's still people in my family and friends that I have not spoken to. I have not been able to respond to all the text messages, the phone calls, the messages, the private messages, the letters, the cards, everything. Like, because honestly, like, I'm working on that, because I'm so thankful for everybody that took the time to just send their love or their prayers or just express their condolences. But I had to be connected to even try to tap into reality and deal with the fact that my girl left me. And then figuring out who I am without my mother here. Yes, I am a woman. I'm a child of the Most High God. I'm a wife. I am a daughter. I'm a mother. But like that daughter piece for me, like I didn't realize how much of my identity was just so tied into my mother and dreams and goals and aspirations that I have, things that I was working towards, still am working towards, all dealing with her. And it really put a lot of things in perspective with me, even like me and y'all, like us being a part of the Heart Tribe. And I consider us like a family. And to be very honest with you, like even in my own natural family, I'm my mother's only child. I have siblings, I have a sister, I have brothers, but I'm my mother's only child. So it's very natural and normal for me to not like check in or be connected with people, because my mother was like the main person that I did that with. Now granted, I've been a mother longer than I have been an adult longer than I was a child now at this point. But that does not change the programming that we have. It does not change the conditioning that we have. And what I have realized through this time is that, like, I love the Heart Tribe. I need the Heart Tribe. And I also realize that, God has really given me some things to share where we can help one another. And it's not just about, oh, I'm the only one that can help you, but you can also help me, and we can help one another. And I am a firm believer that us being in position to us staying in position and understanding that your position is the fact that your story matters, who you are matters, how you feel about a situation matters. And I told God, I was like, I had to grieve my mother and who I thought she was supposed to be and how I thought she was supposed to be for years. I had to do that. We went through such a growth journey and a healing journey. And I remember when my mom went to prison, back when I was 27. I think I was like 27 years old, and I had to pack up her home and like get her ready for, like, get the house ready, but like to get all her things out because she had to go to prison. And I was so angry with her. I was so mad with her. I was really, anger was the emotion that was really acceptable. I was hurt. I was sad. I was down. What child wants their mommy to go to jail? Much less me, who was a grown child who already had 3 children at the time. It was a lot. And so just thinking about all of that stuff, and just thinking about all of that, and just like where life has like brought us, and just all the things that we've overcome and been able to like accomplish in this season. And she left me. I mean, she left me, y'all. Like, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to write about it, because one thing I have realized through this process of grieving is that people, we do not properly grieve. We do not properly heal. We do not allow ourselves to go through the full range of emotions. I'm a heart coach. I'm always talking to y'all about, we got to feel it. We got to tap into our emotions. We got to do this and we got to do that. And losing my mother, like, these stages of grief are brutal. And then the other thing that pisses me off is the things that people say when someone that they love dies. It blows my mind. I know people mean well. Let me be very clear. I know people mean well. But telling people things like, well, God don't make no mistakes, and your mother's in a better place. You could miss people with comments like that. Like, for real, for real. Like, it is very disheartening and very like not comforting at all. But I'm not going to get into that soapbox. I just pulled up here at the fire station so that I can go in and teach the class. And I do plan to go live again on Monday. And I will make sure and put up a post so that you all can know. And the Heartline will be back and, full effect. And I love y'all. I am here. Leave any comments or questions that you may have. And also put in the messages if you have topics, show topics you want me to talk about. If you have questions for me specifically, how did I handle different situations, being a teen mom, overcoming the different adversities, growing up without my father, just learning how to navigate co-parenting, blending families, dealing with fake people and how to love them in a real way. Just all of the things. I love you. Is that you, my cousin? But I love y'all. I'm back. I'm gonna push through. And I'm just asking for your grace ahead of time. But we got more things to talk about, and we gonna keep talking. Y'all have a wonderful day. Love y'all. This is Adelai Brown, your heart coach, signing out. Remember, when you heal your heart, you transform your life.